Online rental fraud has been happening all across the country, and recently one real estate company fell victim to being impersonated.
We started receiving phone calls from individuals that said that that we had a property for rent, and when we dug into it, we found out that somebody had taken one of our properties that were for sale. They'd taken the photos, maybe it was off of realtor.ca or one of the websites, and they'd created a Kijiji ad that said that the property was for rent.
The ad has since been taken down by Kijiji, but not only were pictures used from an actual listing, the ad also impersonated Susan's partner and husband, Stephen Rochford.
They were using Stephen's name, and specifically hit the spelling of his name, so he's a PH, Stephen with a PH. They were also using an email address. They'd created srochford@rocketmail.com. And basically they were asking for a deposit to be couriered to them to rent this property.
Susan and her husband found out about the fraud after a few phone calls from prospective renters and emails inquiring about the rental.
We actually got an email, a printed copy of an email where the individual had given names of her children and where their employment was, and we didn't see any social insurance numbers or anything, which was good, but yeah, giving a lot of personal information.
The RCMP is quite aware of different online scams and warns that there usually is a common backstory.
What's essentially happening is they're expecting the buyer or the renter to rent it sight unseen, and generally they're saying that they live in another country, they're away working, they need somebody to rent it out, please send money, send the damage deposit. And what people have to realize is you should never buy or rent something like an apartment sight unseen.
It is buyer beware when dealing with online classifieds, and consumers need to spot the red flags. If what you're purchasing has been sold to you sight unseen, chances are it doesn't exist. Money orders are untraceable and shouldn't be used as means of payment, and popular links like PayPal can be falsely created. So make sure if you are paying through this service, you go directly through their website. And never give your credit card or personal information over email unless you have dealt with that person face to face. And even though many of these flags seem to be common sense, there's a saying that says it all.
If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. That's always a good one. But you need to talk to somebody. You got to get on the phone. And I mean, obviously, if it's not a local number, you should be careful if it's not somebody in Alberta. Trying to do too much over email, I think, is where you get into trouble.